Welcome to today's deep dive. We are really glad you're here. Today, our mission is to unpack a major 2024 to 2026 strategic analysis of global maritime logistics.
Yeah, we're looking at how recent geopolitical crises have fundamentally shifted the global supply chain, from a model prioritizing pure efficiency to one obsessing over security, and exactly how that impacts everything you buy.
Right. And just a quick note for you before we jump into the data. The source material covers some highly charged political conflicts, specifically the Russia-Ukraine war and the recent U.S.-Israel-Iran hostilities.
Exactly. And just to be clear, we are not taking any sides or endorsing any political viewpoints here. We are strictly and impartially reporting the facts and ideas contained within the original text.
Okay, let's unpack this because the ripple effects are showing up in really unexpected places. Look at Europe's rivers.
Yeah, the rivers are a perfect example of this shift.
I mean, normally you'd think of the Rhine as the absolute industrial backbone of Western Europe, right? But its cargo traffic actually dropped 2.6% in early 2024.
Right. While at the exact same time, traffic on the Danube surged by an incredible 18.4%. It practically transformed overnight into a global food security artery just to get Ukrainian agricultural exports out to the world.
Just massive volumes of grain moving down a completely different route.
What's fascinating here is the mathematical cost of proximity that emerges from this data. It shows that for every 1,000 kilometers a nation is closer to a conflict zone, its annual GDP growth drops by 2%.
Wait, an entire 2% drop? That is massive. That's the difference between a booming economy and a recession.
Exactly. It makes this abstract idea of geopolitical risk a tangible reality for your wallet. If you live closer to the friction, you are directly paying for it through higher energy costs and supply chain disruptions.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Because this vulnerability isn't just a European issue, fast forward to the immediate shock of Operation Epic Fury, those major strikes we saw on February 28th, 2026.
The data there is just staggering.
It really is. The Strait of Hormuz is usually buzzing with cargo traffic, but daily transits plummeted from 107 vessels down to just 7 by yesterday, March 1st. And container surcharges instantly spiked up to $4,000.
And a choke point disruption of that magnitude carries a massive energy shock. Brent crude is projected to hit $100 a barrel, but here is the really wild part.
Yeah.
While the panicked, legitimate shipping market is grinding to a halt, there is a parallel system operating right in the background, the opaque shadow fleet.
Right. Ships carrying sanctioned oil from places like Russia and Iran.
Yes, and they use disabled trackers and fake flags to bypass Western sanctions. It creates a highly dangerous, two-tiered ocean economy.
Completely unaccountable and off the grid. So what does this all mean? Ultimately, a lot of this chaos comes down to the democratization of warfare.
Cheap commercial tech is completely upending these massive cargo operations.
Exactly. Take Ukraine's Magura V5 drone. It's just a small, relatively cheap autonomous vessel, but it has forced massive cargo ships to completely reroute away from danger zones and sail all the way around the Cape of Good Hope.
And that detour is no small thing. It absorbed 2.5 million TEU of global shipping capacity.
Which, just to clarify for you, TEU stands for 20-foot equivalent unit. It's your standard shipping container. So we are talking about taking 2.5 million containers worth of space out of the market.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, we are basically witnessing the death of just-in-time delivery. The old hyper-efficient model simply cannot survive this daily volatility.
It's just too fragile now.
Right. The future relies on friendshoring, building strategic national reserves, and deploying AI-driven maritime defense.
Which is exactly why you should care about all this. The maritime industry isn't just quietly moving boxes anymore. It is now the literal front line of geopolitical competition, meaning the era of cheap, invisible shipping is over.
This raises an important question for you to mull over. If global trade permanently splinters into these politically aligned friendshoring networks, will the political origin of a product eventually become more important to everyday consumers than its actual price tag?